Hello everybody, it's Max McAllister here today, and I have something cool I thought you guys might want to see. Our engine case guard has been a wildly popular product, and we've gotten tons of feedback from literally all around the world of how the case guard is actually saved people. They're quite certain from one of the broken engine case instances. And so if you're not familiar, the bottom of the new 2018 Plus Honda Goldwing has a real weak point in the means of a boss that hangs off the engine. This is intended for the shift shaft on the 6-speed models, but both DCT and 6-speed models share it. Your front wheel is basically right here. This is the bottom of your engine. And if you encounter something on the road that your front wheel is big enough and heavy enough that you hit and throws it up, it can hit this boss, break it off. It cracks the engine case open, all the oil pours out, motorcycle stops moving, your trip's over, and life gets really bad. It's about a $13,000 repair to put the bike back into running order, but in my opinion will never be the same if you ever had to do that. So to avoid that, we've got this product, which is a heavy billet aluminum plate and bracketry that physically bolts what is arguably practically a bulletproof plate of metal between the road, debris, and your motorcycle. So now we've gotten lots of pictures and images back of ones that have been hit and bashed, and people have accidentally, done strange things, run over curbs, who knows what, and never had an engine case break with our guard on it. Never had that. So that's the good news. But we had a rider from Washington State recently riding two up with his wife on some mountain type roads, twisty roads, come around a corner, and laying in the road was the ball mount and ball off of a trailer hitch from a pickup truck laying in the road. So, a 2 or 2 5/16 ball on a ball mount laying in the road. And, he saw it, but, couldn't avoid it, did his best, still ended up hitting it. And it went under the motorcycle and popped the rear wheel up in the air. And, his wife was on board, so she got launched up in the air. They came down, didn't crash. He saved it, but stopped and collected his thoughts and went. And when he got home, he went and took a look at he stopped and looked to make sure no oil was leaking, that kind of stuff. Saw the damage to the engine case guard, but got home and found more. But what I wanted to show you was it's the worst instance we've ever seen. I didn't really know what it would take to ever actually deform 3/16 inch thick 6061 aircraft aluminum. I've got a video on my YouTube channel where I support it under two 2x4s, take a ball peen hammer, and I bash it as hard as I possibly can with the pointy end of a ball peen hammer. And I can only put a tiny beam on the surface, nothing that shows through the plate. So in this case, the ball mount from the trailer came through from the right side of the bike. He hit it with the head pipes because he was leaned over, sent it backwards to the motor, and it hit the engine cases in the back area here, in the rear area. We have seen rear engine cases split open by people who've hit a curb or something. So we'll break it open near the DCT oil filter area. But anyway, this plate, you can see a scratch and a deep gouge here. I don't know if I can show you the line of how far this plate deformed. But even more impressive than that is the plate. First, it started with hitting the head pipe because he was leaned over. So this is the right side head pipe on the motorcycle. And it would be oriented something like this. But it completely, absolutely caved in the outwardmost head pipe. He had to cut the head pipe off with a cutoff wheel because it was too bent up to get it to unbolt. These are dual wall pipes on a Goldwing, which they've been doing for years to keep the chrome shiny so you don't see the bluing and discoloration at the head pipe from the engine. But anyway, it tore this metal, wrecked this up, and caved that whole pipe in. And then the thing went under the bike. And here's what really is impressive to me. You can see the deformation under the plate here. That's where our bracket fits. So you can, let me turn that around. That line there, that's where our bracket fits. But if you look more closely, it actually tried to shear the metal around this bracket. It hit it with so much force that it tried to tear the metal as if this was a cutting die. I don't know what the numbers of forces would be that would be required to do that, but certainly more than a speeding bullet or something like that. It's really, this is the best one we've ever seen or heard of. So I actually asked them to send it back to me so I could keep it here in the little museum with the torn up stuff that we're collecting related to this. But at the same time, it brought to light, you know, this one was damaged really. He didn't want to continue using it. And I said, hey, yeah, I agree. So what I've decided to do is come up with a low cost, we're going to call it bash replacement program. So if you ever actually really significantly damage the plate to where it doesn't fit properly onto the bracketry anymore, we'll replace the plate for $100. So and we'll throw in some hardware if you need hardware too. So that's kind of another way we want to just make sure that, you know, hey, you bought it once, but if you're bashing on it, and well, then we consider it lucky, and we're glad we helped you, and so we're going to make sure you're able to put your bike back into a protected condition again for, you know, a reasonable price without having to buy a whole new crash plate or bash plate. So anyway, that's a lot of people have wondered about bolting the brackets to the engine, if it would ever hurt the engine. We've actually seen one where a guy ran over a curb, bashed the side of the plate, hit the bracketry so hard that he sheared the 8mm stainless steel bolt like a bolt cutter did. It's still no damage to the engine or the engine cases. All he had to do was take the cover, grab the bolt with a reverse drill bit, and back the bolt out, and it came out and put it right back together, and no problem. So same thing in this case. Guy just retorqued all the bracketry, put a new plate on down the road. No damage to the bike other than this head pipe and the decorative cover that was on it. So but nobody's got protection for this if you're leaned over that far in a turn and something pops up in the road. So anyway, my name's Max. Thanks for watching today. Thanks for buying our engine case guard. We're hoping it's out there keeping you on the road and keeping you out of the repair shop and keeping you safe. So thanks for watching. Please share this video and let your friends know about our engine case guard. Thanks a lot.